depression, anxiety, and lack of sleep. These are three mental health concerns that can be caused as college students by our social media usage. Today, I will be giving you information on how our overuse of social media as college students can cause depression, anxiety, and a lack of sleep. Now, if you're thinking you already know enough about this topic, stick around because you might learn something new. And if you feel like this isn't of any concern to you or it doesn't apply to you, please continue to listen because you may learn something important. I know I wish I knew this when I experienced firsthand how social media can affect mental health, or I wish I would have found the articles that I'm going to share today because they are full of crazy statistics and facts that can benefit you. So first, depression. Depression can be caused because when we are spending too much time on our social media, when we're spending too much time scrolling, we're spending less time on healthy daily activities. Now this can be exercise or sitting in the sun, but when we are inside scrolling our hearts away, we are not doing healthier activities that benefit our brains and our bodies. This can result in depression, especially when our overuse of social media leads to us being locked away in a room by ourselves, scrolling for hours on end. Second, now this one may be funny because I giggled a little bit, but multiple scientific studies have shown that overuse of social media leads to FOMO. Now I thought this was a funny term for scientists to be using. It's that fear of missing out, but it's true. The more time we spend on social media, the more time we feel like our lives are missing something, like we are missing something. Now that's just the social media talking and telling us that we are not enough, that we aren't experiencing these cool experiences, or we don't look or dress cool enough. This can lead to depression as well. Now there was a study done by a group of psychologists on 268 college students that spend 3 or more hours a day on social media. 64.3% of these college students reported a feeling of hopelessness or depression. 60.8% reported little to no interest in other daily activities. Now this could be that exercise or sitting outside. 70% reported poor sleep. 74% reported low self-esteem. Again, there's that depression. And 76% reported high anxiety. Now if we look at this graph from that study, this green color is how much time males and females spend daily on these social media platforms. The more time they spend on these platforms, their depression was higher than those who don't spend that much time scrolling. So next time you go to scroll, just think about the long-term depression you can cause on your brain. Second, anxiety. Overuse of the internet or social media leads to an addiction. Now this is the same as smoking or drinking. Studies have shown that social media and internet usage alter our brain. We begin to crave it and we need to scroll more. So as college students, that's not what we need. We don't need this addiction to our phones, but it will slowly creep up on us without us realizing it. Second, anxiety can be caused by social media because it gives us the need or the feeling to upkeep our appearance, to present ourselves in a way that may not even be normal. What is normalized on social media is not normalized in the daily life. So the more we scroll, the more we feel like we are missing out, the more we feel like we aren't traveling enough or we don't dress pretty enough. And it gives us anxiety, feeling like we need to upkeep this fake appearance. I want to share this quick quote from a study done in China on college students. It says, users of social media may experience a physiological stress response as a result of receiving negative feedback from others, cyberbullying, becoming more aware of stressful events occurring in the lives of others, and feeling pressure to keep social networks updated. Social media use may also lead to general communication overload, as individuals are bombarded with messages from multiple electronic channels at the same time, which is linked to psychological distress. This was done in China on multiple college students. Think about the anxiety that we are giving our brain. One more thing from this same study in China. This right here is our internet addiction, how much time we spend on the internet, and this is our social anxiety. Look at this. The more time we spend as college students on our internet addiction, the social anxiety skyrockets, which is unbelievable. It just really takes off. We don't think that we are developing this addiction, and we don't think we are giving ourselves this anxiety, but we are. This study done by this same university, Soochow University, has shown that this is what happens. Now third, lack of sleep. When we spend too much time on social media before bed, we are disrupting our brains and we are disrupting our sleep patterns. Many of us scroll, now I'm guilty of this, many of us scroll trying to relax before bed. However, although it may seem relaxing, the blue light emitted from our screens disturbs our brain. It wakes us up rather than relaxes us, causing us to stay awake longer and sleep less. There was a study done by the sleepfoundation.org that said 70% of people report using social media after getting into bed, with almost 15% spending an hour or more doing so each night. That's crazy. That's an extra hour we could be sleeping, but instead we are scrolling and making it harder to fall asleep. Now right here, there was a study done by the same Sleep Foundation. These are the activities we participate in, the screens that we stare at before going to sleep. All of these activities, scrolling through social media, watching movies, playing games, these affect our brains and make it harder to sleep. Now, depression, anxiety, and lack of sleep. We will encounter hundreds of people, hundreds of college students who struggle with this, who struggle with the need to fit in, who struggle with mental health, who struggle with depression, anxiety, and poor sleep. However, it's how we choose to respond and how we choose to act that will affect our lives and affect the lives of those we love. Now remember, your health is your wealth. Thank you.